Hi, I'm Angie. I want to welcome you to National Indoor RV Centers, where we specialize in the sales, storage, service, and detailing of only high-end new and used coaches. So basically, we do it all. Hi, I'm Angie with National Indoor RV Centers, and today I'm super excited to show you the 2021 Winnebago Boldt. Now the Boldt is made for the true adventurer that still wants comfort. So today I get to tell you all about this great coach. First of all, the exterior of this coach is Tannerite Gray. You also have two other options, the Iridium Silver, and new for 2021 is Arctic White. It's built on the VS30 Mercedes chassis, has a 3-liter 6-cylinder Mercedes diesel engine, and this is a 4x4. So like I said, you're going to be able to go off-road in comfort. One of the really cool things about the Boldt is that it has no generator. So you have clean, quiet, comfortable, no generator. You've got the Volta power system, which I'll tell you more about later. You've got lithium batteries, so there's a ton packed into this Boldt, and I can't wait to tell you all about it. So Mercedes packs a ton of features into this chassis. First of all, you're going to have collision mitigation, you're going to have adaptive cruise control, blind spot monitoring, lane departure, driver assist. It reads how you drive when you first start driving, and then after you've been driving for several hours, if you start veering from your lane, it's going to alert you that you need to grab some coffee or take a break. So it's very intuitive, which is really cool. Let's go over what we see here in the front of the coach. So first of all, we've got our marker lights up top, and then we've got our antenna for our radio. Nice, big, beautiful windshield. Inside that windshield, we have a camera. You'll kind of see the triangle without a top off. That's where the camera is. It's going to help with some of those safety features. Actually reads street signs. So again, tons packed into this Boldt. And then we've got our LED headlights, which are great. We have the cornering fog lights. When you're under 20 miles per hour, they're going to turn as the coach turns. So when you're going to that campground at night, you're going to be able to see, which is really nice. Then we've got the step up right here. So I'm not going to demo that today because it's still kind of a haul, but you can, so you're fueling at the gas station, you can step up right here and clean off your windshield, which is really nice. All right, you can see that we've got sensors all along the front that are going to contribute to those safety features. And then right behind this panel here is a sensor here for our adaptive cruise control. So, and then right behind here, you might be wondering, hopefully you never need this, but this is where you would attach the tow hook if you ever needed to be towed, which we don't ever even want to talk about that. Hopefully that's not something you have to think about. All right, so let's talk about what's underneath the hood here. First of all, you're going to notice like there's a big empty space here. Where is our chassis battery? I will show that to you later. But since it's not in this compartment, we do have the ground and our positive connection right here. So if we ever need to jump the battery, we can still do that up here from the front of the coach. Then we've got our brake fluid, our windshield wiper fluid, engine air filter, our Mercedes oil fill here, and I don't see the dipstick here. One of the great things about Mercedes is that you're going to get an alert on your dash. It's going to tell you your oil level so that you'll know when you need to fill that. Then we have our coolant, DEF, and then this is the cabin intake air. You're probably wondering how far you can go before you have to refill your DEF. So your DEF is your diesel exhaust fluid. You can go about 5,000 miles. Nice thing on the Mercedes chassis again, it's going to give you that DEF level right inside on your dashboard, so you're going to know when you need to fill. It's going to give you an alert when you're like halfway full. So it's easy to just top it off right here. Remember that DEF does have a shelf life, typically about a year. It doesn't like heat or sunlight. So just be, if you're not going to be using your coach all winter long, something that you don't have to worry about with the Boldt, because it is a 4 seasons coach, you can use it all year long. But if you're not, you may not want to fill that full and then just let it sit. So we have the aluminum Alcoa rims. Again, this is the 4x4 option. You can get it without the 4x4, but most people like the 4x4 option just because they can go more off-road with it that way. We've got the external mirrors that are internally controlled and heated, and you also have your turn signal in here, and you can fold these in if you need to too, if you're in a tight parking spot. Then down here, check out this running board. So we don't have the fiberglass running board, a little bit sturdier, easier. It's just stronger. And you've got your lights, marker lights on the front. We also have a LED strip that will light up too, so you can see that at night. And then we've got our D-ring on the front and the rear of this step so that you can tether your pet to it while you're outside enjoying the outdoors. Or if you're going to go ahead and leave, if you've got bikes or anything that you want to secure to your coach, you can lock those, lock that to the D-ring there. All right, so let's go ahead and just check out the entry to the Boldt. So I'm just going to pull that one time. Power door, gotta love that, right? And then a few things, as I step up, just notice that how strong this step is. It doesn't like wiggle or jiggle. Right here, we've got our second winterization valve. I'll show you where the first one is when we get to it. And then we've got our gravity fill for our freshwater tank. So if you are dry camping and you need to add portable potable water, this is where you would fill that. And also if you ever wanted to disinfect your tanks or put some chemicals in there, that's where you would add that. Also, this little hook up here is where you're going to connect your clear line that will go into your antifreeze if you're winterizing your coach. Now remember, if you store with us at National Indoor RV Centers at any of our locations where we store at least 300 coaches indoors, plugged into 30 amp or 50 amp power at all times, you don't need to worry about winterizing your coach. Now we can winterize it for you if you'd like us to, but if you store with us, there's no need to do that. All right, before I go inside, just around the corner here, we've got 2 110 outlets and 2 USB ports. So it's just nice to have that handy if you're outside enjoying the outdoors. You can plug in your phone, charge it here. You also have outlets on the rear of the coach, but you've got some right here too. Then as I walk in, I like that you can grab the ram mount here if you need to for a handlebar. I love that. So you're going to step up, again, nice and sturdy step. Look, I can jump on it. It's not even going to move. So I really like that. So now, let's see. I can show you these buttons. Let me tell you about the buttons first, then I'm going to show you my favorite part. So first of all, we have our awning button. So we can do that right here. We're just going to go ahead and extend the awning. Now there's an app to where I can do this on my phone as well. I'm not going to bring it all the way out because it's a little windy today, and that's something you always want to be conscious of. Too windy, you want to protect your awning. So I showed you just a little bit, but we do have awning lights and we can turn them on and off from here. Also, we have the lights for the running board right here. So I can turn those on and off from here. Then right inside the coach, we have our patio light. For the passenger side, we have our ceiling lights, and then I can turn on the patio light or security light on my driver's side from here. So we also have a handy little table here. Now this is on a ram mount, so we can lower it or bring it back up to this height. Now obviously I think you're going to probably use this table mostly indoors, but if you wanted to lower it and then bring it out here, say you're having dinner outside and you wanted a place to set some extra food, this would be a nice place to do it. So you can use that however it works best for you, but it's just super easy to, lower, raise it, bring it out. Love that. Now this is to my favorite part because someone finally figured out a screen door that actually works. So just snaps in place, rolls down, then close it up. Okay, so how many of you have ever camped in a tent? And every time you get in and out, you have to do that stupid zipper, and it gets stuck, and then it gets jammed, and you're hot. Well, look at this. So the roll-lift design here, there you go. You don't have to mess with that zipper when you go in and out of the coach. So it just magnets together, seals off. You've got a little extra Velcro there at the bottom, but your pets can even go in and out. So you're not monkeying with that zipper all the time. That's gonna break. Super easy. Love this design. It's weighted so it stays down. Just such a clever design, and it actually works. I absolutely love it. So another thing I like about this screen is that I'm sure it looks dark looking into the van, but me looking out, it's perfect, beautiful, sunny day. It's like I've got the best of both worlds, bringing the nature inside, but none of the bugs get to come in with it. So I'm gonna give you a little quiz. How did they come up with the name Boldt? If you watched my last video, you'll know. So you have a head start. If this is the first Boldt video you've seen, then the question is out there for you. So the answer is from the explorer Alexander von Humboldt. That's how they came up with the name. So this coach is meant to go and explore in honor of his name. Now, one of the things that you're gonna love when you're out exploring is that you have lots of insulation. So you're gonna be able to keep this coach cooler in the summer and warmer in the winter because of all that insulation. One of the things that adds to that is your dual pane windows. So much better insulated, more automotive style installation. Something that you want to be careful of is when you wash these, you want to make sure you're using like a microfiber cloth, because with brushes they can scratch. And also be really careful with your paint job too. Bring your coach to us at National Indoor RV Centers, where we do wash and detail. We will take care of your baby for you. Okay, so you're probably wondering what this is right here and this is right here. So those are gray tank vents. This is the BL floor plan, and you get 2 gray tanks on this floor plan. So those are the vents. By doing them on the side of the coach, you don't have 2 more ports or entry spots on your roof. So, and it takes up less landscape there on the roof as well. So I like that. Then if you look up here, here's our patio light for the passenger side. And then come all the way down here. I just want to point out that we have another D-ring here. We have our lights on the back of the running board, and we have the exhaust for our engine. All right, here we have 2 110 outlets. And then we have our cable hookup or output here, and a 12-volt receptacle. And then we have our solar panel. We can hook in a solar panel here. All right, so let's talk about this solar input here. So this is a perfect example. The Boldt comes standard with 2 115-watt solar panels on your roof. And you can add solar panels, so you can go up to 450 watts. So you can add 220. So you could do that here, or there's a port on the roof where you could add another panel up on the roof. Now the nice thing about having a portable one here, this is a perfect example because we're in the shade, so we're not going to get much power from our solar panels because they're shaded. So I can plug in here, walk it out to the sunshine, and then I'll get some solar power from that. So it's nice to have that option. Again, you get standard with 230, and you can add up to total of 450. So right behind our rear tires, we have storage for our sewer hose, or as I like to call it, the stinky slinky. So we can tuck that away here. Another thing I just want to talk about are the holding tanks for Winnebago. They manufacture their own holding tanks, so they can customize the tank. That's why you get 2 gray tanks on this coach, because they can fit them in. They don't have to buy the tank from someone else and then fit it into the spot. They can make it exactly custom fit for this floor plan, which is really cool. Another thing is too, if you ever damage your holding tank for some reason, you've got the part number, you just call Winnebago, they can get you a replacement. Another cool thing on the holding tanks for Winnebago, they use the true level sensors. So they're sonar rather than moisture. So you're gonna get a much more accurate reading on your tanks. All right, so as I come around the rear of the coach, let's go ahead and start from the top to the bottom. So we can, very top, the disc-like thing is our over-the-air digital antenna. And then we've got our rear view camera. So this is gonna give you a nice shot of the rear, your rear view inside the coach. It's really nice and clear, so I'll show you that while we're driving. And then we've got our ladder. This is great, nice and strong. It will hold up to 225 pounds, and it locks in. So you just merely can unlock it here, and then we can move that over to the side. I'll show you that in a minute. Let's keep going over everything else that's back here. We've got the sensor for our backup camera and to let us know if we're in danger. We also have our hitch. So we have a 5,000-pound hitch. That means that you're going to, if this doesn't take you off-road enough, you can tow your, Jeep Wrangler and really go off-road if you want to, no problem with the 500-pound tongue weight. And then we've got our 7-way for our tow vehicle. And then here to the side, we've got our quick connect for our LP gas tank. So if you want to bring a grill and do some grilling while you're out adventuring, you can do that here. All right, so let me show you how easy it is to move this ladder, because a lot of times you might not be able to get to what you need to from the rear of the coach. So it's very lightweight. I can hold it easily. And then I'm gonna go ahead and just set it into place. I also want to point out the cargo rack. So you've got cross members. Each cross member will support up to 40 pounds. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times 40 is 240 pounds. So that's what you can put up there. Also, we can just get up here really easily. If you need to clean off your solar panels to make sure they're working efficiently, you can see up here where the extra port is, where you can plug in another solar panel. Just super easy to do, or you could secure whatever you're putting on the cargo rack. All right, so let me show you what's just inside the rear door here. Kind of cool because you can see a little peek into the floor plan of the BL. So doors open nice and wide, so really easy to load. Lots of fresh air coming in, especially today with this wind. Lots of fresh air. We've got the cargo nets on both sides, which is really nice. Right behind this panel here, we've got storage. So we've got our sewer hose in here right now, but I show you where we're going to store that once it's really the stinky slinky. And then we've got our 30 amp shore power cord, and we have our external shower head here. So we can just hook this up right here. Hook that up. We've got cold and hot, so we can have our outside shower with cold and hot water, which is really nice. And we've got the water pump that we can turn on right here. Then this light is going to turn on our driver's side security light and your running board. It will give you an LED strip of light there, which is nice if you have to do anything with your LP tank, or if you're back there doing any of your drains, you've got a little light, which is really nice. And then this is our rear light right here. This is something I typically show from the inside, but since it's so accessible from the rear of the coach, you've got the two 110 outlets here. You've got them on the passenger side, at the entry on the side, and then right here at the rear. All right, so here on the driver's side of the coach, we've got our cable in here. And then this is where we're going to connect our 30 amp shore power cord. And if we go down here, we've got our gray waste tank drain. So I mentioned that we have 2 gray tanks. So this is just for the shower. So we have a 26 gallon gray tank just for the shower. And this is our T-bar here. This is where we connect our sewer hose to dump that tank. All right, so here we have our drain pump. So we've got a macerator on our black tank. Our black tank is 24 gallons, so that's really quite big for this size of a coach. And then this is our second gray waste tank drain, which is 10 gallons, which is mainly for your kitchen sink. So you're gonna pull those valves here, hook up your sewer line here, and again, your drain pump is right there. Now, if you go just over here, you can see one of the holding tanks here. And then we've got our LP tank. It's 16 gallons. That's gonna be for your Truma hot water and your furnace. Here we have our city water fill, and this is where we would do our tank fill. This is our black waste tank flush inlet. So we can flush that black tank right here. And then we've got our Truma exhaust. One of the things I like about Winnebago is I feel like they try to eliminate as many holes in the sides of the coach as they can. So keeping it streamlined, looking sleek and pretty. They just do a great job building this Bolt. And just inside the front door, we have the fuel fill for our 24.5 gallon diesel fuel tank. Do that right there. It's got the little tether on it so that we don't forget our fuel cap, which is always nice. And then a few more things I want to point out just inside here. This is going to be your lumbar support for the chair, powered lumbar support. Then right underneath this flap here, we have our fuses for the chassis. And then I told you in the very beginning that I'd let you know where that battery is. So our chassis battery is right under here. Not that easy to get to. That's why they give us the access to it so we can jump it still from the engine compartment. And then to access the hood, you're going to pull this lever right there. So we're in the 70BL floor plan. There's two floor plans in the Boldt. So you have the 70BL and then the 70KL. The BL has the midship bath, the KL has the rear bath. And in this floor plan, or in this coach, we have the macchiato high gloss wood. The other option is the Colombian walnut, and we have the blue interior, or you have the Mecca interior. Now, one of the things I want you to notice, or it's one of the first things I notice, is the beautiful cabinets. So these cabinets are Technoform cabinets. They're Italian made. They're very durable, water resistant, basically a sealed wood. They all have locked compartments and then hinge doors. They're just really nice. I love the beautiful cabinets that you get with the Boldt. So here, right when you walk into the coach, you notice that you have some nice storage. All this storage behind me, super nice and deep. I've got my blackout shades for the front dash here, and then I've got my storage. Nice big storage here. I've got two 110 outlets. I've got two USB outlets and our 12-volt receptacle. And then as you go over to this other side, we've got our DC solar charge controller. That's for our solar panels. So with the 70BL, you get 6 seat belts. 1, 2, 3, and then you have 4, 5 that will be on the driver's side rear, and then 6 is on the passenger side rear. So that's really nice. Then up here, look at the seating arrangements. I went ahead and rotated the chairs. So you've got nice chair here. You've got your table here that you can move so that it, both of you can use it, or one person can use it as an office desk. We've also got this other table here that we can, that we've added. Now this is on the ram mounts, and you're gonna see those throughout the coach. You can add different things to these ram mounts, and I'll give you some ideas as we go through it, but we've got this table here. So you just get it where you want it, and then you can tighten it below so that it's sturdy and doesn't move. But that's really nice. So you can each have your own individual table or own individual desk if you're using the Boldt as a mobile office. This is really nice. Pull that away, and then when you're done with it, just loosen it. Fold that back up and tuck it away. When you're traveling, you can bring it right up back to the back of the chair so it's not in your walkway. Just really handy. Then we've got the ram mount. This is what it hooks into. You can move this up and down. Again, when you're using this from outside, you can actually flip that table so it's outside. You can take it down really low so that you can serve food on it. Just gives you lots of options. All right, so I finally get to tell you about the Volta power system. So the first thing you want to do when you go into your coach is just hit the button once and let it come on. So it's going to go through all of its systems checks, and then it's going to come on. Once it comes on, we're going to have full 120 volt power in this coach. So it's going to be like we're hooked up to our 30 amp shore power cord, or that our generator's running. It'll be the same. Now, Volta is a US made product, made in Holland, Michigan. So we love that, love our US made products. Your lithium power pack is going to provide you with 12,800 watt hours of power. So that combined with your 3,600 watt pure sine inverter is going to give you clean, comfortable, quiet power. And just to make a point for that 3,600 watt inverter, so if you watch one of my big Class A diesel reviews, say on a let's say a 45-foot diesel pusher, a lot of those will have a 2,000 watt inverter, pure sine inverter. So in this little Class B, you've got a 3,600 watt inverter. It's a big deal. All right, so the three main questions that we get about the Volta system is, how long can I run my AC? How do I charge it? And how long will it take to charge it? So the first thing that I want you to look at is right here. It's going to tell us the state of charge. Now, we know that it's about charged between 80 and 90%. Winnebago and Volta have worked together to give us a Bluetooth controller and app so that we can get more accurate information. So I've downloaded the app here to my phone so I can see that I have 86% charge, so very accurate, 86%. And right now I have 1 day worth of power. So, and I'm pulling about 225, it varies, this updates every 5 seconds, watts. Now, right now I'm not running my AC. I've got a few lights on and the fan's going and I'm charging a phone. But other than that, that's all the power that I'm pulling. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn on my air conditioner and let you see how this is gonna change, and the amount of power is gonna change, and how long I'm gonna have power is going to change. I'm gonna go ahead and put it on high cool. And we're gonna watch and see once this comes on. So where we were pulling like 225, 1.3, 1.2, and now we only have power until about 10 o'clock tonight versus 1 day of power. So it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon and it's telling me that I have till about 10 o'clock that I have full power. So I've got about 8 hours of where I can be running my AC. Now, that's with the batteries or the lithium pack not being charged to 100%. I was only at 86%. So typically, if you are 100% charged, you have anywhere between 9 and 11 hours where you could run your AC. So I think the second question that I get the most is, how do I charge the lithium power pack? So the best and most efficient way to charge it is by driving the coach. So you typically charge about 1% per mile. So if you go ahead and drive this 100 miles, you'll be fully charged. So it's going to take a little bit over an hour, hour and a half to do that. Then you'll be 100% charged. So I'll show you that when we're doing our driving. I'll let you see how that changes. The next best way would be to plug into your 30 amp power, and I will plug in and I'll let you see how what it's telling me, how long it will take for us to fully go back to charge. And then the third way that we can charge the batteries, not the most efficient, but we have the solar panels on the coach. So those are 230 watt solar panels. Now you're only going to get that premium sun when it's directly over you and you are in the sun. So it's basically more of a trickle charge. It's going to give you enough of a charge to keep your refrigerator running. All right, we're going to go ahead and plug in to 30 amp power. I'm going to let you see where it goes from 85% for 1 day, because this is the watts that we're pulling right now. As we plug in, what happens. All right, since we're only going from 85% to 100, which isn't very much, 15% more we have to charge it, it will be fully charged at 3:46 p.m. And that's just over about an hour and 20 minutes is all that's going to take. But again, it's only doing 15% does it have to charge. So it's like I just showed you, it's only going to be about an hour and 20 minutes to get it back to 100%. But let's say we're going from 20%, which is more likely that in real life use, 20% to 100 on 30 amp power is probably going to take you somewhere between 18 to 24 hours to charge. So like I said before, the most efficient and quick way to charge is by driving your coach. So I've already answered the last 3 questions, but now to answer the next question, which would be, how can I conserve energy or power? So the best way to do that is to turn off your inverter. If you're not using any of your outlets, your microwave, basically you want to go ahead and turn that, or your AC, then you can turn off your inverter. So watch what happens on the app here. I'm gonna go up to my middle button here that says on and off. And I've just turned it off. So now I can go for 3 days on 85% power just because I've turned off that inverter and I'm not using my outlets. I'm not using any of my 120 volt outlets or AC. All right, so let's go over all these switches here. So this is just our water tank heater. We can turn that on and off here. Our holding tank heater, on and off here. This is where we would turn on our water pump. And then you can also see your tank levels here. So your freshwater tank is empty. Your LP tank is half full. Black waste tank is empty. Gray waste tank is empty. And then your second gray tank is also empty. Then we have our chassis batteries. So we're at 12.3 volts and our house batteries are at 14.3. Then we'll go down here to our power control system. This is gonna let us know what kind of power we're pulling. Right now we are plugged into 30 amp service. And then we've got our Truma system. So this is gonna be for our hot water and our furnace. All right, so we're gonna push the button here. This is gonna show us, this is the furnace. So if we push that, and we can turn on the furnace here. Scroll over to our temperature. Okay, so this is how we can heat our water. So we can go to eco mode, which is going to be the lowest or the slowest way we can heat with propane only and just keep the water warm. Or we can go to hot, or we can go to boost, and that's where we're going to combine our electric element and our LP elements. So then we go here. We can just heat with gas alone, or we can go with gas and our one heating element, gas and both heating elements, or if we're plugged into 30 amp power, like we are right now, we can just do 1 or 2 heating elements. If you're plugged into 30 amp power, you might as well use the park's electricity and save your LP tank. And this is going to be a fast, quick way to heat up your water. And then we've got our fan, so we can turn it off or vent. All right, so we can go from our fan to our schedule. So if we want to schedule a time for our water heater to run, we can do that here. If we want to set the time on the clock, so we can set that schedule, we'll do it here. And then these are our different settings that we can customize. How we'd like to read that, which language, military time, brightness of our screen, etc. So I have lots to show you right in this area right here. First of all, I want to show you this light switch underneath the cabinet. Look at that, we have our nice rope lighting that it gives us, really illuminates this area. Now that we can see even better, I wanted to point out that we have the soft touch vinyl ceiling. We've got our smoke detector, and then we've got our fantastic fan. Now over here, I wanted to point out one of our first RAM mounts. So RAM, R-A-M, you can add baskets, you can add iPad holders. Go look on Amazon and see what kind of trinkets you need to hold. It will do that for you right here. It's really nice if you have a basket here because you've got your USB charging ports here and a 12 volts. So say you want to just charge your phone, put it in the basket, you can just hang the basket right there, charge your phone, nice and easy. Before I go to the window, I wanted to show you one more push button light here that really brightens up this space. Now, they have great windows on the Boldt. So you can just unclip these, push it open. Nice, it will stay open. Now I don't want the bugs and everything to come in. I'm gonna pull down my screen. How easy is that? So we have the front door that opens really easy with that screen. We have the windows, super easy with the screen. Love this. And then this is called the cassette shade. And then when we're ready to shut the, black that out, of course we're gonna shut our window before we do that. Shut the window, just push it up and it will release and you can pull that back down. And then you just lock it back in. And then ready to block out the coach for nighttime. So easy. So speaking of nighttime, so we have this great little booster chair here. We've got, normally have our dinette table. I moved that out because I want to show you what else this does. This has a seat belt, so it's another seat belted seating area. But we're going to go ahead and just snap off our cushion. And while we're at it, I wanted to point out that Winnebago makes all these cushions. So you never want to pull off the tag. That's something that's great benefit of buying a Winnebago, is that they have their Stitchcraft facility where they sew all these in-house. Something happens to this cushion, it gets stained, it gets ripped, whatever, you just call them with that model number and they can send you a brand new one. That's not always the case with most manufacturers. Okay, so I'm going to take this off. That flips up easy like this. We're going to flip this down. Okay, so now we have the base of our bed. Go ahead and put our cushions back here. And we've got a nice little bed for a small adult or child. I know you're going to ask me, so I've got my handy measuring tape here. So it's going to be 21 inches wide by 59 inches long. And then you do have some extra space here, so someone that's a little bit taller than that, their feet could hang off just a little bit. And another little bonus before I put the seat back, you've got a little secret storage there behind the seat. And it folds up just as easily. So just put it down. I love that they give you a little handle right there. And then you just pull forward, snaps right into place. Put your cushions back. There you go. All right, so let's go into the kitchen now. I love that we've got lots of storage in here, so you're going to be able to get your food items in there. Look, 2 big cabinets for food. Love that. And then check out the beautiful countertops. So we have Corian countertops here. We have our induction cooktop. So induction means that you've got to have a pan that a magnet will attach to the bottom of. If a magnet will stick to the bottom of the pan, it will work on your induction cooktop. And you can get those induction pans. You can get sets at Sam's or Costco, Bed Bath & Beyond, and sure my favorite stop, TJ Maxx. I'm gonna have to check it out and see if I can find them there next time, because that'd be the cheapest place to get them. Then we've got a nice drawer here. And then on the 70BL, we have the microwave oven. On the 70 KL, you do get a convection microwave oven. That's all just due to the space that's available. You've got a nice drawer here below your microwave. Just notice all these cabinets are locking cabinets or drawers. So you just push the button in to release, and then you can pull it open easily and then lock it back in place. And then we have a nice little storage spot here right at the entry, so you can throw water bottles in there or your keys or whatever. It's just nice. I'll take any extra space I can get. Then we have our 12-volt compressor run refrigerator, and we've got our little mini freezer there as well. Oh, and they did give us our little ice cube tray. It's at the bottom of the refrigerator. Who remembers these? From my childhood. Anyway, you can make your own ice cubes, so that's always nice. To our sink, we've got our residential faucet, and we've got the sink cover, Corian with the bamboo on the back side, so you've got your own cutting board right here. I love the dual purpose stainless steel sink. And then behind the sink, we've got our window, kitchen window. Now there's a screw in here, and if you tried to open this window, it's not going to open. Can anyone guess why? Okay, it's your second quiz question for the day. It's because you've got the power door. So if you were to open up that window and then try to open up the power door, you're going to rip that window right off. Either going to mess up the door or the window, or probably both. So that is why that screw is there and why that window doesn't open. If you trust yourself, you go ahead and take that out, and then you'll have a working window. But remember, that's something you always have to think about. We've also got the cassette shades here. So our blackout and our screen. And then we've got our ram mount here. Now you're gonna get 2 of these baskets in the Boldt, one here, one there. All right, right underneath our cabinet, we have 2 push button lights, which is really nice. That really brightens up this area. And we've got 2 110 outlets. So if you want to put your coffee pot out there, your toaster, you've got plenty of room for that, and the outlet. And then right below the sink, we have another nice drawer. So really a lot of space in this Class B kitchen. All right, so now to the bathroom. I know you've all been waiting for that. Now we've got a lock on this door. Keeps it nice and tight when you're traveling. And so you just unlock, and then it's still got a nice tight attachment there. So first thing I want to point out is that we've got a fan in here. So you can just push that button, and that's nice. In a small space, it could feel a little claustrophobic in here, and that will like air out the area nicely. Then we've got our shower head. This is really nice. This is an oxygenics shower head or faucet. And basically what it does, it's going to increase water pressure while saving water at the same time. So nice water pressure, but you're not going to be using a lot of water. And then you've got the on-off switch right here. So once you've gotten your temperature up to where you want it, you can lather up, put the soap in your hair, turn off the faucet here. But then when you go and you turn it back on, you're going to have that same temperature of water. And we've got a nice holder for it here for our shower head, so we can use a handheld wand or put it here stationary. Then we've got the shower drain. So remember that we've got that nice big 26 gallon gray holding tank for the shower. That shower drain, that's going to pump this water from the drain here back to that 26 gallon holding tank for your gray water. And then we've got the water pump here, which is really nice in case you're in the bathroom, using the bathroom or the shower, you forget to turn on the water pump, you can do that right there without stepping outside the bathroom. And then you can set your controls for your hot and your cold. We've got our porcelain toilet with pedal control, and we've also got the little faucet there that we can rinse it out. You also have a window in here, which is really nice, especially it can get kind of hot and humid in a shower. So if you can have that fresh air come in, that's nice. You can pull down your screen or your blackout shade here, and they've also given us an MCD shade here. And this is all enclosed, so you're not going to have to worry about the water, but you may want to have that down when you're actually showering. Then up above here, we've got our little, if we're not going to use this for a shower, if we want to wash some clothes and hang them to dry, this is the place to do it. So you can just hang your clothes up once you've rinsed them off, put them on the hanger and hang them here. We've got a little basket for our soap and shampoo, hook for our towel. Here at the bottom, we've got the nice bamboo shower mat, and then we have the drain for the shower. All right, so back here in the back, first of all, I want to go for the AC unit. Super important, obviously. So this is the Coleman Mach 10 non-ducted quiet AC. So what's really nice about this is that it's directly over your bed. So when you turn it on at night, if you just want it to be blowing on direct, like dump to you, you can turn on these vents here, or you can shut these and then direct it, backwards and forwards in the coach. So you can decide, or you can have them all open. Just whatever cools your family and you the best, you can do here. Now I want to go ahead and I'm going to open up. We've got our carbon monoxide detector here, and then I'm going to go ahead and turn on all of the lights that we have back here. So these are just push button, and I wanted to also note that all the lights in here are LED lights. So look how bright that is once I've turned on all the lights. Then you can see our nice 24-inch TV with our JBL sound bar. You just pull this to release, and then you can swing that TV out. So if you want to watch it from the captain and co-captain's chairs up front, you can direct your TV up there. Or if you want to have your head down here and be laying in bed and watch TV, you can do that. Or you can just push it right back into place. We have another ram mount here with the little basket. And again, you can move that around. So again, if you want to set your phone in here and charge it from your USB outlet or your 12 volt. And then we have the anything baskets right here. So you just pull these down. This is another place that you can put some of your miscellaneous items and store them right above you where you're seated here or in your bed. And here's another anything basket. And then we've got the two USB chargers and 12 volt outlet. And again, another ram mount so we can add baskets or whatever we'd like. We have the windows that open, click open, and then we can bring down our screen or push it to release and lock that back up. And we're gonna go ahead and use our blackout shade. I just love how simple and easy it is to make this coach like a cave at night. So you can sleep nice and cool in a dark cave and you're gonna have a great night's sleep. Now let's go for some of the storage that we have back here. So again, just push button and open. We've got the adjustable shelves in here so we can take those out if we have some bigger items, or we can, you know, divide it up, whatever works best. Nice compartment here. Then we have a huge compartment in the back. So that's gonna run all the way to the end of the coach and the full length of the coach. So it's probably about 66 inches across there, because that's the width of the bed when it's made up into a full bed. And then another big compartment here. We have our over-the-air antenna, so we just turn that on here and it will pick up our local stations, HDMI input here, and two 110 outlets. And right here to the side of the sink, we've got two 110 outlets, our USB charging ports, and our 12 volt receptacle. So one of the things I love about the 70BL floor plan is that you've got some versatility back here with your beds. So you can either have two twin beds or one big, huge bed. So if you keep them as twin beds, they're going to be 26 inches by 81 each bed. If you make it into one big bed, it's going to be 66 inches by 81. I'm going to go ahead and show you how we can make this into one big bed. Plus there's some storage areas underneath here that I want to show you as well. So this one's just super easy. I'm just going to show you this side first. These cushions are pretty big to move around, so bear with me. Okay, so you also note that we've got the wood slats. That's going to give you more cushion when you sleep on these beds, so that it's going to be a comfortable, nice sleep. Then we can push this up. We've got these two storage containers here. Underneath this, there's a little bit more storage room, and that's our water filter. Something I didn't really talk about before, but we've got our Volta, our inverter here, and our power pack. So we're never really gonna mess with that whole system, but I did want to show it to you because it's inside the coach. So that's just gonna give it more protection from the elements. It's not going to allow it to get too hot or too cold. So it does have 7 layers of safety around it. Also has a heating pad because we don't want those lithium batteries or the lithium power pack to get too cold or too hot. So we're going to keep it nice and temperate in here with the AC on or with the furnace on in the winter. Also, I wanted to show you that Winnebago gives you this nice little leg there, so you don't have to hold up the mattress and the frame here when you're trying to get your stuff out of storage. So I just like that they kind of think of everything. All right, so I wanted to show you what's under the driver's side twin bed. So I'm just going to lift this up. Again, Winnebago's given us a little leg there, so we can get to our storage here and our storage there. And we've got a little extra compartment for storage here. And that is our water pump there. before I make the bed, I just want to point out that there is a spot here that we can put another table leg, and that table leg stores right up here behind our screen door. So really easy to get to. And then we just take the tabletop from the front table and we can put it back here. All right, so then we have our fuse panel here. And our breaker box. Now I'm going to go ahead and extend the frame so that I can make the full bed. So I'm just going to lift from the center here, and then it pulls out, and it will drop down and get out of the way here. All right, so then we have our bed frame. That's going to go all the way across. Helpful if you have another helper doing this, but I think you'll get the idea here. We can go ahead and put our mattresses back on. And again, I wanted to point out that these mattresses, all made by Winnebago in their Stitchcraft facility. They are very comfortable. You're not going to have to worry about having an uncomfortable night's sleep. So look at this huge bed, 66 by 81. I wanted to point out while we're back here how thick the walls are and how much insulation there is in this Boldt. So they've actually recessed this window here and put the cassette shades in this recessed portion so that they can put the maximum amount of insulation in the Boldt. So the insulation is actually cut by CNC or a computerized cut. So it's exact and it fits all the way around this Boldt. So you've got 2.5 inch thick walls. And then you've got the dual pane windows for a really nicely insulated coach, sound barrier, and it's going to help keep your temperature pleasant inside the coach. I also wanted to show you how easy it is to use the screen door here in the back of the coach. So you just unhook it, roll it down. So we've got the blackout shade, what you're seeing right now, but I want to see you. So I'm going to go ahead and open that up. I want some fresh air while I'm sleeping. And again, it's the same roll-off screen door. So again, to open it up, to get out, just do that. We've got the Velcro at the bottom so it will stay shut, and then shuts back up. Just that easy. You've got to love it. And another option is that you can just have this as an open big window that still have closure here at the bottom and on the sides. So I mentioned the great insulation in the Boldt. I wanted to show you the sound insulation, or try to demonstrate that a little bit for you. So I found this industrial vacuum. I'm going to go ahead and turn it on, and then you'll hear the noise, and then I'm going to shut the door and we'll see how quiet it is inside the coach. Now with the door shut, you can see that the sound almost goes away completely. It's super quiet, and it went down 20 decibels from when the door was open. All right, so we're finally to the cab portion and the dash. There's lots to go over here because Mercedes just packs this coach full of features. So we're going to start here on the door. First of all, we have the memory seats, which I love. So to set them, all you have to do is hit memory and 1 and hold. You'll hear the little beep, and then it's set. So I usually set it for driver 1, driver 2, then 3 I like to set for my swivel. So that means that you can put the chair in just the perfect position so that you know when you go ahead and swivel the chair, and that lever is right here in front that you know that you're going to clear the steering column and the doorway here. So that's really nice and makes that very easy. Then we've got the heated seat button here, the unlock and lock, and then we go up here, we got a little place where we can pull the door shut, which just is nice and easy. Our window controls, and then the controls for our left and right exterior mirrors. So you've got your daytime running lights, auto, and then your headlights. Then we've got our fog lights, so we turn those on. Those are our front fog lights. And then we were trying to figure out what this button is, and we finally figured it out. So it's a European thing. It's actually the rear fog light on the driver's side. So if you were in Europe driving, if you were pulled off to the side of the road, you would turn that on to alert other drivers. So that's pretty cool. Found that out. I'm not sure how you're going to use that here in the States, but go for it. And then we've got the dim control for our dash. So we can turn the dash light up or down. I always like that to be the fullest that it can be. And then right here on the steering column, we're going to be able to adjust the steering column up or down, and then we can also telescope it out. So you can make that comfortable where you like it and then just lock it into place. All right, so here in the steering column itself, there's lots of information. So this is sort of your mouse, and that's your return button. So you can toggle through different information on your dash. So you can go to service, and it's going to let you know different information. DEF, so this is going to let you know. So our DEF is pretty much full right now. It's going to give us an alert when we are halfway empty, and then we can go back. Engine oil level, it's not really going to tell us anything right now because it's not on, but it would. And your particulate filter. So this is really cool. There's not much in our particulate filter right now, but normally you don't have any idea. When that particular filter starts to get full, then you'll know that it's time to go ahead and drive your coach so that you can get rid of all of that. So we have service, drive assist, trip information. You can scroll through that. Your nav system, your radio, media, phone. So phone, so you can Bluetooth your phone to the coach so you can pick up your calls and hang up, and then different settings. So you can do that, see that all right here from the dash. You also can turn on your cruise control from here, and then you can hit your set button and your resume and your cancel. Also, if you want to go up 5 miles per hour after you're set, you could just hit that up, or if you want to decrease, you can do that as well. And then this is your adaptive cruise control, so you can adjust whether the sensitivity of that. So if you want it to slow you down sooner or further away from the car that's in front of you. Then you've got your horn here in the center. Woo! So here we have our home button that's going to control our big screen over here. So again, this is going to act like our mouse, and we can scroll through the different options. And we can throw up our navigation here very easily, or go back. We can answer a phone call. We can go to our settings, and we can go to things that we want to have quick access to. Assistance. So this is our driver assist, basically. So you can see your camera, your traffic sign assist. So that's where that little camera up front is going to actually read the traffic signs and help alert you to what's going on around you. Your active lane assist is going to keep you in your lane, give you little beeps if you are going out. Active brake assist, so many safety features on this. Attention assist, I love this one. So you can so it monitors how you drive. So it monitors how you drive when you first get in the coach, and then say after you've been driving a long time. And say it notices that you are kind of swerving a little bit out of your lanes or slowly going over those lines. And it realizes that it's not safe. It will also know how many hours you've been driving. It will monitor how many times you've touched the screen, so that if you're alert and awake, if you haven't been doing those things, it's going to tell you to get a cup of coffee, get a Diet Coke, so that you stay alert and awake. So I just love that. I think that's really cool. You also have your blind spot assist, so it's going to let you know if something's in the lane when you're trying to exit your lane. So all these tools to help keep you safe and on the road. Love it. vehicle, so you can do your acoustic lock. You can turn that on or off, your automatic door on or off. It will help you search for gas stations, just lots of things to make driving easier. Light, you can adjust the lights and the delay when they turn on, how long they're on. And then your systems, here's where you can kind of customize your settings. Now, go back to your home screen. One of the things that I really like is that you can customize this screen. So say you want to get to your radio, that's the first button. You're just gonna hit push and pull that over so that it's the first thing that you come to. I'll walk you through this a little bit more, but anyway, you can do a lot of these features right here, as well as touch screen right here. Then this is where you can answer and hang up a phone call. And this is your volume control for your radio. So this is voice command. So there's a lot of things that you can do right here with your Hey Mercedes, kind of like Hey Siri, but you can ask it for a lot of help, and you can do that once you've bought the unit, and then it begins to recognize your voice and will react to your commands. This lever here is for your windshield wipers and your turn signals. So if you keep the windshield wiper right here, it's going to be in the auto mode. So these are rain sensing windshield wipers, so they'll go on automatically when it starts to rain. If you don't want it to do that, you can turn it to the off position, or if you want it to go faster or slower, you can do it in your high, medium, and low settings. Another thing that's really cool about this is that it has the windshield wiper fluid inside the windshield wiper itself. So you use 50% less windshield wiper fluid, and it looks really cool. So let me demo this for you. See how the water's coming out? Pretty cool, huh? And it does a nice job of cleaning off that beautiful windshield. Then you've got your left and right blinkers, and you can pull it forward to flash your brights or push it away from you to put your brights on, and then you're going to override your intelligent high beam at that point. So remember that this Bolt has four-wheel drive, so it really does have Mercedes on-demand four-wheel drive, but you do need to slow down to at least 7 miles per hour or come to a stop to engage it. So you'll slow down to 7 miles per hour or less, and then you'll push this button here to engage the four-wheel drive. Now, if you're really in intense off-roading conditions and you want to go to low range four-wheel drive, you need to go to neutral first, push the button, and then you will put it back into drive, and you'll see an indicator on the dash that says you're in low range four-wheel drive to navigate those intense four-wheel drive conditions. All right, so right here above the dash, we have a little hidden compartment, and we've got a 12-volt receptacle, and then we have a USB-C port, and then 2 more USB-C ports. So if you want to use Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, you'd go ahead and just plug your USB-C into that port and then into your cell phone. And I can go to my maps. So you can bring that up right here on your phone, or you can go to your music and go to your artists and play your own music from there. So that's a nice feature. Also, if you have your co-pilot here that wants to play music from their iPhone, they can plug in. I could be using my Google Maps here. They can plug in there and play music from their iPhone. So that's a nice option to have. Now back to our home screen here. I kind of went through a lot of this information before from the dash, but you've got your radio, your phone, your nav system. So that's your Mercedes nav system. And then your media. So we don't have any media connected right this minute. Information. So your operator's manual, pretty cool. So then if you want to go to your quick buttons, you can go to your camera right there. Now you can do that when you're driving under 7 miles per hour. You'll be able to see your rear view camera. You can go to your nav system real quickly. You can go to your telephone, or you can go to your radio. This is going to be your control for your volume for your radio. So you can go back to your home button here. This will turn your radio on and off. This is going to take you to your quick controls here. Here you can go to your pre-saved stations or scan your stations here. Nice and easily. All right, so here we have the controls for our heating and air conditioning system. So we can hit it up or down for cool. We can put it to auto. Our AC, direct where we want the airflow to go. Our hazards, our defrost for our front windshield, our air circulation, and then our defrost for our rear, and then our fan speed. So Mercedes has given us a ton of cup holders. So we have 4 right here, and then we have 2 at the corners of the front of each dash. And then we can open and shut the entry door, side entry door from here. And then just below the cup holders, we're going to have another USB-C outlet and a 12-volt receptacle. And then just below that, where I'm putting my finger down here, you may get a message that you've got to insert your keys. Now when you get that message, you can either insert your keys down here to reset them, or we found out a little trick from an actual Boldt owner that all you have to do is hit your unlock and lock, and that will reset it as well. So here in the passenger seat, just a couple things I wanted to show you. Pretty much they're exactly the same as the driver's seat. You do have a little compartment here where you might be able to put something, but I would be really careful about putting anything down there because there's a lot of wiring there. And we've had customers that have put things down there, and then once they've rotated their seats and then turned it back around, they've messed up that wiring. So I'd be very careful of that. That's more of a warning than telling you that there's storage there. And then just below there is your jack. All right, so we're just about ready to go out in our test drive on the Boldt. I can't wait to try out this Mercedes Sprinter chassis. And we are gonna do a little Volta test here. So right now we're at 80% charge. Right now it's estimated we have power for 1 day, and we're pulling about 254 watts. So like I told you before, the best way and the quickest way to charge the Volta system is by driving the coach. So we're just gonna start out now. I'll check it mid-trip, and then we'll check it when we finish up. All right, so literally you need to come out and take the Boldt for a test drive because this is a dream to drive. It's as easy to drive as my car, except my car isn't a Mercedes, so maybe my honey should think about that. I really love driving this. It's so nice. First of all, I feel really safe in it. There's so many safety features. So we've got the collision avoidance system, the active braking, the lane departure, the blind spot monitor, the attention assist, the traffic sign assist is going to read the traffic signs for me. So many things to help keep me safe. Plus it's just so easy to drive, so quiet, so smooth. I'm going to go ahead and set my cruise control. So I'm going to turn it on and then just hit set. Okay, so now it's just time for me to sit back, relax, enjoy this beautiful country. And when I say it's beautiful, we are just so blessed and lucky to live in this country where we get to live this RVing lifestyle and do these things that we are free to do. So thanks to our military folks that have given us that freedom. All right, so now as we're heading out, we've been driving for just a short little bit, but I'm already charged to 83%, and I will be done charging at 5:15 p.m. So pretty cool, huh? All right, just to demonstrate one of the safety features, so I'm just gonna barely veer over out of my lane, and you see I get an audible warning, plus I have a little warning that comes up here in the dash. Again, so many safety features packed into this coach. I just feel really comfortable driving it. Now, none of my test drives would be complete if I don't do the decibel reader. So I'm going to be really quiet, stop talking for a minute, and we're going to get a decibel reading, and I'll tell you how quiet this Boldt is. All right, so I just did the decibel reader. we're at 64.2. I think that's one of the lowest readings I've ever had in any kind of RV. So really, you need to come out here, give it a try. You're going to love this coach. And then not only is it just a smooth riding, comfortable Class B van, it's also off-road. I mean, we've got the 4-wheel drive, so you can take this off-road, you can do those adventures in it and still be very, very comfortable. So come and visit us at National Indoor RV Centers. We would love to let you go on a test drive in one of these Boldts. You're going to love it. This is the safest way to travel. Safest way to travel. You don't have to deal with airports. You don't have to deal with hotels. You can sleep in your own bed. You can take your family with you. You can take your pets with you. So just lots of bonuses. We have a lot of people that have realized they can work from home now, or they can work from wherever they want. So if they want to be at a national park and work, they can do it. And then their free time, they can explore the national park. So again, just come and visit us at National Indoor RV Centers. We promise to make it easy and enjoyable, and we'll look forward to seeing you there. All right, so we just finished my drive, and I didn't go that far. I was probably out for about 10 minutes, and I wasn't on an interstate. I was back on country roads. So you can see in that short amount of time, I went up 10%. So it was just about perfectly 1% per mile, and it might do it even a little bit quicker and better if I had been on the interstate where I was going at highway speed. So are you enjoying the sounds of nature, this beautiful breeze, the birds, the crickets? If you are, you're enjoying your Boldt. So one of the things I love about this again is the fact that there's no generator. With the Volta power system, lithium batteries, you just gives you endless possibilities, and you can be outdoors enjoying nature and living up your adventures in comfort. So I hope you've enjoyed my tour of the 2021 Winnebago Boldt. I'm sure you're wondering how much this wonderful coach would cost you. MSRP is $224,094. MAP pricing, which is minimum advertised price, is $168,070. If you want to know what I can sell you this coach for, please give me a call at 469-277-1120, or you can email me at Angie at NIRVC.com, or go to our website, NIRVC.com, and see all the coaches that we have for sale. We'd love to special order one just for you, or you can see what we have coming in on stock. Now at National Indoor RV Centers, we try to make this super simple and pleasant. We take in trades, we take in trailers, we take in cars. We do financing. Most of my customers will finance something like this for 20 years, so you have a lower payment, still plenty of money to go out and have fun and enjoy your coach. We offer extended warranty plans. So pretty much we do it all and try to make it really easy and pleasant for you. Now remember, with our volume and economies of scale, RVs simply cost less at National Indoor RV Centers. So if you've enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more, please hit the like and subscribe. Also, make sure you check out my Winnebago factory tour video, and check out my RVing 101 series, and check out our AIM Club. So it's our all-inclusive motorhome club. We'd love to have you come and join us. I attend all of our AIM rallies, so come and party with our all-inclusive motorhome club. Thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.